Hello, gentlemen, and welcome to this live masterclass. I am so happy to have all of you here. Good morning and good afternoon to those of you that are in different time zones as well. So I just wanted to welcome and start by saying hello to some of you in the chat. If you are tuning in, please let me know where you're tuning in from, as I'd love to give you a shout out as well. And good morning to you, Andrew, as well. So welcome to the Algorithm of Attraction Masterclass. This masterclass is truly one of my favorite masterclasses to give. We usually give them around 3 to 4 times a year because this masterclass is so essential when it comes to attraction. But I also drop a lot of gems, a lot of insight in these masterclasses. So I'm so happy to have you all here. Hello, David. Hello, Nukum. Hello, Andrew from Mississippi. Good morning from Toronto. Amazing. I'm actually in Europe right now, so it's 6 p.m. for me. So it's my dinner time, actually, for a lot of you guys, it's morning time. Amazing. Hello, Paul. All right, so I'm going to give you shout outs as we go on. I love to interact with all of you guys in the chat. But I'm going to help you ignite attraction with women in every area of your life, gentlemen, okay? And this is super, super important. A little bit about me for those of you who maybe just stumbled across me on YouTube or Instagram or any social media platform or online in regards to any interviews, things like this. A little bit about me is I've been doing this for over 7 years. I was I was one of the first 3 women that made it big online to give men advice. There was only 2 other women that were really big in the industry. And I was one of them that superseded a lot of expectations online because I was there to give men results. And I really do this from the bottom of my heart. So I love to start with that because then we can go into all the credentials. But I think that speaks volumes more than credentials. But my name is Apollonia Ponte. I'm a certified international dating and relationship coach. I've coached over 30,000 men worldwide. Every time I say that, I'm like, wow, it's so crazy because I've been doing this for 7 years. I'm a certified ICF coach. I practice NLP, and I'm a certified theta healer, and I do EFT, which is tapping depending on a client. If they have trauma, if they have a lot of subconscious negative thoughts, things like this. I have over 100 million views on YouTube. I've been featured in a lot of platforms as well. But to humbly brag about myself, the best I would say is just being a coach that has still, till this day, 7 years later, been accessible to men to work with them one-on-one. So that speaks volumes, I think, more than anything else. Now it's time, gentlemen, to get rid of any of your distractions, please. So if you have Facebook open, if you have your phone on and you're watching from your phone, just if you can put on do not disturb unless something you're really waiting for is an emergency, I totally get it. But I'm going to be with you for about 45 minutes to an hour. We will have a Q&A at the end. So bear with me. I'll take a lot of your questions at the end. But this is the time where you're 45 minutes, you just want to be with me. And if you have a pen and paper, notes, anything like that, that was your time to take them out, gentlemen. Hello, Raheem. Hello, Paul. Hello, Kenneth from Ohio. Hello, Ajani from North Carolina. Sorry, I didn't love that name. Good evening. Excited about this webinar. Hi, Edwin. Oh, I'm so sorry. I noticed the chat box is wrong. I put it all on private. Let me do it on public. Okay, my team probably now will be able to help me out with the chat box. Okay, sorry, team, if your guys are watching. I just noticed when you guys chat, it was only going private, so it wasn't where everybody could see it. Okay, my apologies. Now we're back to normal. All right. Hello, Nick. Hello, Sad from Stockholm. Hello, James. And you're in country, not the US state. Hello, Hans from London. You're in my time zone. All right. So let's get into it. This training is not for you if you are a man that does not want true results overall results in their dating life and personal life, and just here for entertainment. I'm going to be completely black and white with you guys. If any of you guys have been coached by me or seen any of my coaching, I am very a black and white coach because I am determined to get to the fastest result possible for you guys, no BS. So I just expect to have clients that are the same way, that want the results and really want to put in the work, and here not for entertainment. I'm not the typical dating and relationships coach. I focus on long-term sustainable results for men, like happiness, what makes finding a woman that's actually going to make them feel more alive, not alive, but more alive. This is what's so important. I work with men who are willing to invest in their personal growth and in their love life, okay? I help men go from stuck and confused and confident and at ease in their lives. I'm a premium coach and I love what I do. And I'm doing this today because I cannot work with everyone. And I want to give an exclusive opportunity to you at this end of this masterclass. So if you complain about it, you are not my ideal client and you shouldn't be here. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to give you a lot of beautiful gems in this masterclass, but there's also going to be an opportunity for you and I to work together, but it's only selective opportunity. Now, did you know understanding attraction and embodying attraction are two different things, gentlemen? Okay. You have the power to become an attraction magnet. Now, when I say embodying attraction and understanding attraction, I've seen men literally study attraction like as if it is the formula of all the atoms in order to put together all these atoms for a scientific project to get this volcano to explode. And it's not like that with attraction, gentlemen. You can have so much knowledge when it comes to attraction, but if you don't embody it and if you don't implement it, there's no way that you're going to be able to attract your dream woman. And I've seen this time and time again. So I want to share with all you guys what I'm most proud of. One of the things I humbly brag about is that I am still to this day the #1 coach out there for men with proven actual testimonials of marriage proposals, guys in relationships, guys coming back with videos telling me that they get engaged, sending me photos. And these are just a few. My team and I actually just emailed this week because we're so behind in my testimonials that we need to update my testimonial page. Gentlemen, I am the #1 coach with proven long-term sustainable testimonials. And I actually check up on these couples yearly. I've been to some of these weddings as well, which is probably one of the most fulfilling things I've ever done. But here are just some of my testimonials. I have Sean here. I had Ken on the left. I have another client, Kevin, in the middle that proposed that night. And then also another one that was ring shopping. And we were texting back and forth because I was so excited. I have another one on the left here. He was a widow and ended up remarrying after he thought he would never find love again. I have one of my beautiful and most favorite clients. I don't have any favorites, but I have a lot of favorites. Let's put it that way. Nicholas, he worked with me for about 1.5 years, and he is now engaged to his fiance, and I still check into with them, and they're just living their best life, to be honest. So I just like to share a lot of those things right now with you, gentlemen, because I'm a visual person, and I just want you to see what I do and see my results. It's because sometimes, you go online and you see so many people talking about, oh, I can get you this, but there's no true actual results of testimonials. And I have hundreds of them, and we'll continue to go into that. But I want to go into what you all came for here. And I want you to comment in the chat box right now, where do you feel you fail the most when it comes to attraction? Say that line 5 times. Where do you feel you fail the most when it comes to attraction? Where do you feel you fail the most, gentlemen, when it comes to attraction? Tell me right now, because I probably can put my nail on a lot of what your guys is going to answer, but I really, really, really think it's important for you guys to really kind of take an inside look in yourself and say, like, where is it that I fail? Being a simp, Andrew says. Okay, so I have this thing, and I don't know, Kenneth, because, thank you so much. Your videos are priceless. Appreciate you. Kenneth, since you've been watching my videos, I actually say this a lot in my videos, is when men call other men simps, no, Andrew, this is nothing. No, I'm not calling you out and like that you did a bad thing, but I think it was so important. I actually say this, I hate when men call other men or themselves simps, because the thing is, what you're basically saying is that you're weak, right? As being a simp, you're just weak and you're dull in some way or another. And so at the end of the day, it can be a letdown. It's an indirect insult to yourself without owning where you're messing up, right? So for example, Andrew, what if you were just to say, whatever you give the definition of a simp, for example, and you were just to say, well, I'm just weak. Okay, so why are you weak? Because of XYZ. Now what ends up happening is you start to take control of your own behaviors, and then we can start to implement it and put in the first approach, okay? John says, height, approach, and money, taking the first steps when I see an attractive person, building sexual tension, getting dates in person, okay? Cedric, did you know we're going to talk about this a lot today? Is you gentlemen, mark my words, I'm telling you right now, because a lot of dating coaches will tell you opposite. Men don't need to build sexual tension, right? They just need to add to it. If a man actually does my 3-step process correctly, women will actually open up the door confidently for you to flirt with them and build sexual tension for you to add onto it slowly but surely. Okay. Social cues, what to say. I don't know where I'm feeling. Moving from taking talking stage to a relationship. Ooh, staying out of the friend zone. I'm not sure, to be honest. Yay! And so I'm unfortunate for you, but I'm so happy you guys are here because I'm going to help you with a lot of this stuff. All right. So the ability to emotionally connect naturally in your conversations with women, then escalation and flirtation will flow, gentlemen. So I do this thing where we do mock dates with guys, and you can go on my website on the coaching page, and you'll just see a page where you'll be able to only book with Sydney, and she does my mock dates, and I do a review. And a lot of the times when a lot of these guys book and do mock dates, they'll go on mock dates and I do the review. And they want to escalate because they think that if I escalate, that's what's going to get me out of the friend zone or get a woman to like me. But it's unfortunate because it actually comes off really creepy to a woman. And it's really funny how women will actually react and you'll think that they actually like it. They're like, oh, that's funny. Okay. So, and then they'll change the subject. No, that's actually, they're uncomfortable. Okay. So when you have to understand, like, men, gentlemen, like the way that you're going to get to a woman's desire, for her to desire you, for her to feel turned on by you, for her to even want to kiss you or touch you, is because you have the ability to emotionally connect naturally in conversations with a woman. If you are there to hear, if you are there to give her humor, share laughs, not be so rigid on yourself, not take yourself so seriously and have fun and connect on a deeper level of who she is, that woman is going to be like, oh my God, I feel something. And when she feels something, she's going to open up flirtation with you. And that's where you take up on this. That's where you pick up on the cues and you kind of emulate her flirtation. And as time goes on, you start connecting more and flirtation can get a little bit deeper. What if you were able, gentlemen, to identify what type of woman you are on a date with and where she is in her life within 15 minutes? It's like a magic potion, right? Well, I teach this a lot. It's called my 4 stages of a woman, 4 different stages of a woman. And there's 4 different stages that women are in and that men will typically date. And literally, this is a gold mine. When men know these 4 stages, this is so, so important of when you are going out on dates and identifying, especially when you're clear on what you want. And what if you were able to keep the woman you want admiring you always? A lot of men think, oh, I have to get a woman to admire me. So that means I have to be rich. I have to have a 6-pack. I have to be tall. Absolutely not. That stuff goes away. It disintegrates. Okay. What keeps me as a wife admiring my husband 8 years later is the fact that he is so admirable in his discipline, the way he thinks about life, his positivity, the things that he does for my family, the things he does for his family. Like, he puts my family first. He checks in with my family. He asks me about my family. He does things for his family. He works hard for our family. He motivates me to be the best possible person I can, right? So that's why I admire him, gentlemen. And it's not that he doesn't have his bad days. It's that his bad days don't overcompensate his good ones. Because a man is the leader to a woman. And so if I'm always in my masculine, I'm not going to be attracted to my husband that much. I want to be in my feminine. I want to be the mom. I want to be the woman in the household, right? And so what's really important is, in order for me to adapt to that and want to nurture him and love him, is I have to have the ability to feel safe in his presence. And a woman that doesn't feel safe in a man's presence is because she doesn't find him admirable. And admiration also comes from respect and trusting you. Okay. And so that's why social cues, communication, conversation, boundaries, being true to your word is so important. But also, when I say this out loud, gentlemen, this is something you should also be looking for in women. Okay. So what would happen if you knew exactly how to effectively communicate your standards and boundaries to a woman? Tell me, what would happen, do you think, gentlemen? Tell me in the comment box, what do you think would happen in your life if you just knew humbly and confidently how to attract the woman of your dreams? What do you think would happen? How would you feel? Yeah. Confident for sure. Exactly. So things are going to come in and I'm going to call them out with you guys. What if it was possible to know exactly how to track the woman you want? Not knowing how to attract women and get the woman you want, gentlemen, comes from it comes from the following things. And before we go into it, I'm going to call out a little bit of things. Han says, I would feel amazing. You would feel great. You would feel confident. Feel beyond blessed. Okay, gentlemen, secrets out. You deserve to feel amazing. You deserve to feel great. So why haven't you given yourself that pleasure? No one's stopping you but yourself. I'm here. I'm going to continue to give you the tools, and I have an opportunity for you too. So why not take advantage of that feeling? Because if you can feel it, that means it's possible for you to happen. So gentlemen, hang on to that feeling. Now I'm going to go back to this. Not knowing how to attract women and get the woman you want comes from the following: the lack of knowledge in attraction, which is why I'm here, and also not stepping out of your comfort zone, which is why you are here. I can't push you to press a button. I can't push you to fall asleep. I can't push you to go on a date. I can't push you to approach a woman. All I can do is hold you accountable and give you the necessities and the confidence and the positivity to go out and do it and hope that you do. Right? And so you are the one that needs to lead yourself there. Okay. So you either do these things when this happens. So let me remind you, the two things are the lack of knowledge and attraction and not stepping out of your comfort zone when you have the lack of knowledge. When you have the knowledge, excuse me, then you do either these things. One, you can attract women, but have trouble keeping the one you really like. Or you can attract women, but you can't get them to a second, third, or fourth date or sustainable results. I've talked to men that can attract women and go on 50, 60, 40 dates within like 4 months. It's crazy. 3 months. And they had never gotten to a third date. And maybe out of the 40 women, they've only gone on 2 second dates, gentlemen. Okay. Because a man can talk to women doesn't mean that he's good with women. Trust me when I say this. And then I've worked with basketball players, soccer players, I've dealt with people in the limelight many times where we have to sign NDAs and everything. And one of the biggest things that they fail at are the same common things that you do. They just have different priorities, but also have different circumstances. They can attract women, but they have trouble keeping the one they really like. And the reason being is because they never learned how to attract a high quality woman. They never chose a woman. Women always chose them. You get what I'm saying? And so they fear rejection so much because they've never faced it. And that they're like, oh my gosh, if one woman rejects me, I don't know how it is, because they always play it safe. And the woman always come to them, that they end up so lonely. They end up end up questioning if they're ever going to find love. And they end up in these undeserving relationships or unfulfilled relationships. And they're like, why am I here? Because they never chose. And the man is the hunter. He has the decision to choose the woman. Trust me, I will say this out loud. My husband chose me and I said yes. I didn't choose my husband. I only hoped my husband would choose me. But that is where you need to understand, men. There is a delicacy. There is a beauty and a humble, compassionate, good man being able to choose the same in a woman. Okay? Remember this. Number 2 is you can escalate naturally with a woman to get her to desire you. Okay? Plain and simple. You can't escalate naturally with a woman to get her to desire you, because you think that, okay, she's going to say, yeah, I love the heat and I'm just like a woman that loves to be on the beach and I'd rather be on the beach than ski in the mountains. Oh, I would love to see you in a bathing suit. And you think that's escalation. No, dude, that is creepy. But so many men do this because they think like, oh my God, I got to show intent. I got to do this. and it's not about doing energy. The way that I teach attraction is not about, oh, I have to have this doing energy. Man, you have to do this, do. It's about embodying it so it naturally happens. Okay. And then number 3 can happen. You have trouble maintaining attraction with a woman and you typically hear, I'm not feeling connection. I'm sorry. Tell me so far which one is speaking to you. We're on 1, 2, and 3 so far. Just drop the number in there and tell me which one is speaking to you so far, gentlemen. So you have trouble maintaining attraction with a woman and you typically hear, I'm not feeling connection. I'm sorry. Number 4 is you overthink everything with women and you do the same mistake again and again because you are overthinking. You think that um you have to perform. Like, gentlemen, like, I want you to understand something. You are wired. Men are wired in our life to perform, to go out there, to find success. You have so much pressure as a man in this society. And I think women have pressure too, but it's a different societal pressure, okay? And men have the pressure of maintaining, of doing, of growing, of building, okay? Which is why that is such a strong force for a man. But what happens is he produces that energy and he notices he maybe can get success in his life and his work and everything. And then he has so much success in his work, but then in dating, it's completely different because that energy is different. It's not doing energy. It's actually letting go and letting someone see who you are as a person, because that is the true confidence. And so when we overthink everything, it's because we're trying to understand why X, Y, and Z are not coming together. And dating is not about finding X, Y, and Z and bringing it together. Dating is about understanding X, Y, and Z and using it at the times that you need to do it. That's what it's all about. Number 5 is you date down and settle instead of dating up and challenging yourself. How many of you guys have probably dated a woman just for comfort or just because of the fact that you were lonely? I mean, women do this with men all the time too. We do this. And I think it's really important that we understand, like, you are the only cause to your reaction, right? You are the only cause to your reaction. Dating relationships are assignments. They're lessons. They're never mistakes. They're only lessons. But the lesson will continue to repeat itself and repeat itself and repeat itself if you do not challenge yourself to grow outside of your relationship criteria. And so many men that come to me, they're like, oh my God, Apollonia, I've never done this before. I'm not a man that like has typically needs advice from women. I'm not a man that, and it's like this like negative facade that men have around us asking me or someone for help. But the men that actually invest with me and do the work with me, guess what happens? They're not even thinking that anymore because they're getting so many results in their dating life that they end up being in a great relationship that they're friends with me forever and texting me baby pictures, wedding pictures, and everything. And always remind me, this is because of you. You had a lot of, not the whole thing is because of me, but you had a significant part of this. And I just want to always bring you, I also want to send you these photos. So it's such a beautiful thing. Anyways, number 6 is your mindset and limiting beliefs get in the way of attracting what you deserve. Woo, tell me one of your limiting beliefs, gentlemen. I take a sip of water. Yeah. Not feeling enough is a big one. And typically when we don't feel enough, it's because of like the ties to rejections that we've had in our past, to be honest. It's okay, Ben. Glad you're here. And a lot of times when we have these limiting beliefs, it has a tie to do with either our trauma from our upbringing or our past relationship history. Because you have to, okay, I want you to think of like this, like, let me see, what is something everybody knows? Like a Hollywood star, right? Like you can go to Hollywood and they do the handprint and they put a star will put their handprint on the concrete, right? Well, that's what you have to think about is like people make imprints in our life and they're always going to remain with us. Like it's concrete. Okay. So that imprint is in us, right? And if it's good, bad, or not, or whatever, it's still in us. And in order for us to reside and clean the concrete, I would say, is about acknowledging like, why did you chose it? Many times we live in victim is because of the fact that we are placing blame on other people. But instead it's like, I chose this person. That's the biggest wake up call that I've ever had. Nate says, not masculine enough. Oh boy, few thinking that I was never good enough for a partner. Yeah. And that's the thing is like a lot of gentlemen think like I have to be the best person possible for a partner. You actually don't, because you can find someone that can make you also the best possible person. And what if I said, maybe you're just good enough where you're at right now? As long as you have a happy life, a good career, or something that you're happy with in life, good friendships, you've worked on things in your life, you have a good relationship with yourself, health wise, mental, everything, that's enough. But let me help you bring clarity to why you may do this. Are you ready, gentlemen? Say ready in the comments. Hello, Craigie. Number 3. Too old. Paul, there's never too old, especially for men. Okay, guys, like, I just got to say this. As a woman, like, guys, please, I know, like, when you get older, there's things that happen in your mind, because I'm going through it too. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm aging, like all this stuff. It's crazy that you can just be so young and like this, you're like, where did time go, right? And sometimes in your heart and your soul, you feel so much younger. But I'm going to be honest, like men, like you have such more of opportunity when you do get older when it comes to dating. But I also understand that sometimes men have a hard time disconnecting from younger women to the women that are older, because the criteria when they're older gets a little slim picking and there's different challenges that come across, but doesn't mean that it can't happen. Since a lot of you guys are saying ready in the comments, let me stop rambling on and let's go into it. This is where you want to write this stuff down, guys, okay? Secret number 1 is you need to know your standards for the women that you date. So here's an activity I'm going to have you do after this masterclass is this. I want you to remember this, okay? There is a vehicle. You're in the vehicle because you're the driver. You're getting to that end destination, and that end destination is exactly where you need to be, and nothing is going to stop you because that's what you want. That's where you want to be, okay? Your woman is not in the car yet. But the woman that's going to drive you there to get to the place drive with you to be your co-pilot is going to be the woman that you choose along the ride to when you get to the end of where you want to be. Okay. But she's not going to go to the end of where you want to be if she's not the one with you. Right. So let's talk about this. For example, your engine, you need to protect your engine, because if you don't have an engine, what's going to happen? You're not going to get to your end goal. Right. Especially gas, but we're not going to get into that. You can just get anywhere. But your engine is the number 1 thing that you need in order to keep your car going. And second, your GPS. How are you going to know how to get to this destination without your GPS? Because back in the day, we used to print out MapQuest, but we don't have that anymore. That show goes, I just showed my age probably. Anyways, headlights are standards, okay? Give me an LOL if anybody knows what I'm talking about when I say MapQuest. Side note. Anyways, I'm trying to be comical. This is my idea of comic relief for myself. So now your values need to be protected because that's your engine. Your boundaries are going to help you say, nope, you're supposed to go left, not right. Because if you go right, we're going to break your engine. We're going to go all the way probably to a destination you don't want to go to, right? Those are boundaries. Because your boundaries are protecting you from your engine, are protecting your engine. Those are your values. Your boundaries are saying yes, no, right, left, stop. Okay? That's your GPS. Because all in all, you have to protect your engine. Your headlights are your standards. What do you see coming? What are your standards, gentlemen? One standard should be for every man is, even though a woman is beautiful, it doesn't give her the pass that she's an exceptional woman. It just doesn't. I think women have used the beauty standards way too much, and it's hurting, I think, femininity in its entirety, is that this whole filter thing and all these women and competing with each other and trying to be the most beautiful woman, that can get to our heads sometimes. But when a man can really see true beauty in a woman because of her heart, this is what you need to see. It doesn't mean that you're going to be with a woman that's not attractive. That's not what I'm saying. But you have to understand your standards. And in order to understand your standards, you have to understand your weaknesses, gentlemen. So your standards is, what do you see coming? What is the woman that you see coming? Is she smoking a cigarette and drinking heavily? And you're like, oh my God, but she's hot and we had sex and it was so good, so I'm going to give her a pass. Okay, dude, like your values are, you want to get married. You're not even a drinker. Like, what are you doing? You see what I mean? So this is where we have to lead ourselves. So first, gentlemen, you want to understand your standards, okay? So I would say get clear, write down 5 standards. Don't get crazy. And they can't be standards that are like, oh, she has to respect me. No, it doesn't. That's the values, and no one should have to respect anybody. This is something I have to say really quickly before we go to number 2. A woman doesn't have to earn respect for you. So as much as a man doesn't have to earn respect for a woman, just because she's somebody in your presence doesn't mean she has to respect you. That should show you that if she doesn't, she's not the one for you. Respect is earned. It's never truly always given, like that saying, right? And this is where we fail in relationship or dating. Secret number 2 is women love a man that they can admire. My question to you, gentlemen, is do you find yourself admirable? Tell me yes or no in the comments. Because if you don't find yourself admirable, how is a woman going to find you admirable? Secret number 3 is logical attraction versus emotional attraction. All right, gentlemen, be with me really quickly. And I want you to listen up here. Logical attraction sounds like this. Oh, we went to the same high school. Oh my gosh, we're both Puerto Rican. We both love Mexican food. We both love to travel. Oh my goodness, her family lives in Ponce in Puerto Rico, just like my family does. Oh my gosh, her sister lived in the same street my grandmother did. This is destined. Like we have so much. She loves to do kickboxing. She loves to ski. She loves to wear, her favorite color is black as well as mine. Like this is the one. Right? This is all logical attraction, gentlemen. This is not what makes attraction long-term or stick or gets a woman to be like, oh, I want to sleep with him and I want to marry him and I want to have all his babies. No. Okay. What makes a woman get there is emotional attraction. Inside emotional attraction means I can trust him, I can respect him, and I can love him because I know who he is. Emotional attraction also, gentlemen, is not given freely. It is earned with both sexes, female and men. So basically, you share something about your life. Let's say, okay, so again, let's go back to the mock dates that I do. A lot of the mock dates I'll see is a guy will be like, okay, with my mock date girl, Sydney, she'll bring up her father a lot during mock dates, right? Because she has a really close relationship with the father. Do you know how many men have avoided saying something? She's like, oh yeah, me and my father, we love to renovate homes together. I did this a lot growing up because they'd ask her what her hobby is. And they'd be like, oh, that's so cool. So you like interior design? Yeah, I love interior design. They'll totally skip over that. No, dude, like find out like, wow, that's so incredible that you do that with your dad. Is this something that you guys did together? You sound really close. Get some insight. Find something that lights her up that she wants to talk about. This is emotional attraction. And that's when you say, wow, my father, he passed away and me and him were really close, but like he's a mechanic and he loved to like build cars. So I can see that. Like I would go with him and he would show me like how to change a tire and build cars. And it was such like a beautiful time. And that's something like my fondest memories of him. Now you've just connected with her. You emotionally attracted her in that moment because you shared a little bit about yourself too in your life. If you don't know your values, you will never, gentlemen, understand your worth. Okay? I know I'm admirable. I just can't believe the woman I tried to talk to wasn't admirable. Yes, I feel admirable and accomplished. Great career and wrote a published book and financially well off. Perfect, Mike. Then you have the recipe already, Mike. You really do. And so do you, Forenza. And also, too, shaking my head. This is really important because, I think it's such a beautiful thing that a man wants to find a woman that he finds admirable as well. Some men solely focus on trying to rewrite his beginning, while the elevated man focuses on rewriting his ending. Which are you, gentlemen? In order for things to change in your life, you have to stop committing to cycles that make you stuck. Let me repeat that. In order for things to change in your life, you have to stop committing to cycles that make you stuck. When's the last time you invest in yourself? When's the last time you took the leap in yourself, gentlemen? Let's talk about secret number 4. Your mindset will always make you do the same mistake and will attract your belief system around women. I've seen so many men get in relationships and they really believe that women are just not good women. There's not a lot of good women out there. And they'll attract pretty narcissistic women, love bombing women in the beginning, and they'll just attract these type of women. And because your mindset will always attract this, plain and simple. I see it in business. I see it in friendships. I see it in everything. Is if we don't have the right mindset, we will attract what we think. And so I think it's really important that you have to take accountability for the mistakes that we make. Even if someone did us wrong in a relationship and cheated on us, but we still chose that person. How do we take control of this? Doesn't mean that you excuse their cheating, doesn't mean that it was excusable, especially if you both humbly agreed to a monogamous relationship. But the point is what did you do to ignore the signs? What did you do maybe to self-sabotage, if any? What did you do? That's how we take control of our experiences. Secret number 5 is you must understand how to pull a woman's emotional triggers. Gentlemen, okay, there are 3 rules to pulling a woman's emotional triggers. I'm going to give you them now, okay? Number 1 is cues. When you are talking to her, pay attention to what lights her up. The things that light her up are things that she's going to be excited, her tone of voice is changing, or she speaks a longer time about that specific topic. Stay there with her. That's one point. Number 2 is active listening. Bringing something back into the conversation that she might have said 15, 30 minutes or an hour ago to show her that you were listening. And number 3 is for you to share something about yourself in your life and making kind of the glove fit together and kind of letting things ease with flow when you are having conversations. So for example, let's say like you asked her where she's traveled to and she's like, oh, I've been to Peru. That was one of my best trips. I went to Machu Picchu. And she's like, that was one of my favorite trips. And she shows you a photo and you're like, that's amazing. I actually been to Machu Picchu. She's like, really? You're like, yeah, I actually hiked that mountain and it was probably one of the most spiritual things I've ever done in my life. And she's like, really? Why? Now you go into it. Well, that was 8 years ago. I had just come off a really toxic divorce and I found myself, I noticed that, the man that I was before, I wasn't prioritizing me. I didn't love myself enough. I became a better father. I have now a relationship with God, whatever you're saying, right? And now you're showing her, whoa, this guy is admirable. So many men think if I show a weakness or something I've been through that was bad or that shouldn't have happened, then I'm going to be showcased as weak. No, you're going to be showcased as boring if you don't have anything to share, gentlemen. As humans, we want that. We connect with people. When you go on stage, right? When you see a motivational speaker or when you've seen one of my speeches, who knows? You get bored when someone is just up there trying to tell you what to do. But the moment I can hit your emotional triggers with my story, to connect with you in the audience and to inspire you is where you feel something, right? So think of the person that you love to follow. They touched you in some way, right? This is so important. Number 6 is learn how to be a good ender. Gentlemen, how many of you will go on text messages and just text all day long and never end it? How many of you will go on a date that's just great and keep on trying to let this date happen until 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, but not end it? And she's like, okay, well, I'm going home. So it was a great night. No, gentlemen, you have to learn how to be a good ender. If you have been at dinner with this woman at 7 p.m., you guys have been going on drinks at 1 a.m., now's the time to say, listen, I got to wake up tomorrow. I got to work out. It's been a pleasure. I would love to do this again with you sometime soon. Let me walk you home. Let me call you an Uber, whatever the case may be. You have to be the good ender. This is so essential. Okay. Number 7 is you must understand how to have the freedom of letting go when it comes to dating women. Ooh, this is important. How many of us do not let go when we really like a woman? We're like, I really want to make this happen, Aplenia. I've been on 2 dates. She's so fun. She's the one, right? She's so beautiful. She's so hot. She's the one. Really? After 2 dates, she's the one? Oh, I don't know. I mean, what makes you, it's just a feeling I have. Can you tell I've been coaching a while? So this is so important, gentlemen. Okay. Is the guys, there was this, I can't remember where I heard it, but there was this quote and I was like, damn, this is so good. The quote that said, high value men don't get distracted by a woman's beauty. High value men emphasize on what her character is. That's how they choose. And when you choose by character, it takes time to know someone to see their character, right? And if you are choosing by character, think about this, gentlemen, stay with me. Because you haven't seen their character yet, even maybe 50% of it, you're not trying to make something work. Really let that sit. The times that you have made trying to make something work, it's because you gave that person a story. You got attached to beauty. You got attached to intimacy. You got attached to a story that you made up in your head. Because if we were really going after a woman's character, we would have the freedom to let go in the dating process because of the fact that you know over time that you'll figure out if she is a good person for you or not. And that is the freedom that comes with not only working with me, but attracting women abundantly. Many men that have gotten to this point that I've worked with me, I'm going to tell you right now, I have 2 of them right now that are in this attraction course that a coaching program I do. And one of the things is, and I say this all the time when I start, and it's so funny because it happens all the time. Gentlemen, you're going to get so good in attracting high quality women that you're going to have a new problem. And your new problem is going to come at the end. And this is where you have to be really clear and honest with yourself, because it's going to be your biggest wake up lesson, because you can fail or you can succeed. And it's this: you will have 2 to 3 women that are all high quality that you want to be in a relationship and that you will probably like. And you're going to get to a point where you're going to need to choose. And it's probably one of the hardest decisions that you're ever going to be faced with. Mark my word, many men have done this and been there. Then you have a lot of people saying, but Apollonia, this is just so much work, dating and relationships and attraction. I shouldn't have to do this. Absolutely not. Like, life is work, gentlemen. In order to get that perfect body, in order to know how to eat healthy food, you have to study, do research. Everything is about work. Why can't we do this for relationships and dating? And I say this, and it's pretty controversial, but I don't care, because I believe it to the truth. Just because you are born does not mean that you deserve a healthy relationship and love. It doesn't. You have to work for that healthy relationship and love to become deserving of it. Just like you had to work for a career, a business. The gentleman that wrote the book, you didn't just say, oh, let me open up my laptop one day and just write this book. You had to figure out, how do I make a table of contents? How many pages do I have to write in this book? How do I self-publish? Do I hire a publishing company? You see what I mean? The same thing happens when it comes to dating and relationships. And this is where so many people fail, and they get into their state of mind where they're older and they're like, oh, I wish I should have done this years ago. And I never want that to be you. But also, too, the gentlemen that do come to me, because I have a lot of them that are older, and they're like, thank God I did. But at the same time, they're always like, I wish I would have done this sooner. But I always say, life is all about divine timing, and it's perfect. So with that said, gentlemen, I want to really share some things with you, because I've worked through this program with a lot of guys, and I'm going to actually share this with you. And I want you to watch this here, and I'm going to get into a couple more things, and then we're going to go into a Q&A. So here we go. There's going to be a little echo, by the way, and it'll turn off.
It's a course for somebody that really wants to metamorphosis into something. Yeah. End of the year, I hire like a separate coach that paid probably 3 times the amount. So I think it is worth it for the money. I think it's definitely something you have to work at. It's not going to be just plug and play. But the value that you get, and it's not so much the cost, but it's the value that you get out of a product. So I think the value is really worth it, because it's a broad program from the reading, the videos, and the community.
Mm-hmm. What the program did was it gave a very clear structure, and it kind of brought it all together in a very nice picture. And I had a lot of aha moments during the course. So there's a lot of material, and it was like, finally, it took shape in my head. I've got that feedback from my dates as well. Like, you're different, you're structured, you show up. So I've been getting live feedback during the dates as well. So certainly I can relate to that.
Myself a little bit more and learn to be more comfortable and more relaxed, focusing on certain topics with a woman rather than just jumping all over the place and being kind of a maniac, going to the dates, blah, 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 blah. Now I feel like I can kind of settle down and latch onto one topic and start deepening. And you definitely went into a lot more detail on the topics, way more detail than I have learned anywhere else. There was a lot of new info in here that I hadn't heard before. The group coaching calls are what really did it for me too.
Yeah.
People that I know who are married.
Yep.
In relationships. It's not just for single people. There's so much to it. Yeah, it is really a good life learning course that you can get a lot of mileage out of it for sure. Yeah. I think it was a big transformation for me personally. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing, gentlemen. So I wanted you to see that video because these are a lot of guys that have graduated from this program. Actually, these were guys that graduated from this program 5 years ago. Now, the gentleman at the end that you saw, he is actually married now, moved to the Philippines, met his wife traveling in the Philippines. The gentleman you saw in the beginning, he is actually in a relationship, and he's just really happy in his relationship. He thought he had an issue in his relationships because of the fact that he thought that no woman will find him. It'll be harder for him to date because of a religious thing. And he found his woman, and I told him it's not true. So a lot of those men that you've seen there have actually been in, are actually testimonials. Like if you go to my testimonial page, you'll see like video of them with their wife or pictures of them with their wife. Okay. And so that's why I think it's so super, super important to share this because, gentlemen, I know a lot of you that are here in this masterclass today are probably just really over it, or, you know, you deserve to find love. Like when I did this masterclass in the beginning, I've asked you guys like the feeling, like what would it feel like if you could just attract the woman of your dreams and you're just amazing, great. Well, this is an opportunity for you to do so. You can do that. 1000% you can. And I've seen it. So it's only you that can take yourself out of your comfort zone. Like those two things that I said, learning attraction, and then which comes down to me. And then 2, you just getting out of your comfort zone and doing it. So I want you to hear it from other graduates too. So let me go into this video next. Of course, there's going to be a little bit of an echo again, and it'll turn off.
There's no other way I could have grown as much as I have without that type of coach, without that type of support and guidance. So like you've given me a lot of structure to my days, a lot of ways that I've improved the relationship with myself. And it's definitely directly translating to my dating because there's a flow to conversations now. I'm so open with who I am and have so much trust with myself and have owned things in my own life experience that before I was sort of shying away from. And that's allowed me to share and connect at a really much deeper level with women. The information that you've given me about the, for example, like the 4 different types of women and the information about how to communicate and how to create emotional connections with people, how to like move into a flirtatious zone and sort of take that risk, that comes with knowing yourself and then being able to have experience and practice with it, which you give us during like the coaching program. So you sort of give us like a system to not only learn about ourselves, to heal through our own traumas, but also to connect with other men, to practice the healthiest habits that we can have for ourselves.
That's Dan. He is actually a recovering nice guy, a guy that actually got women, but also got really toxic women and became the nice guy. Sometimes was a people pleaser as well. And also too, just really never chose the woman that he wants. So this is really important, gentlemen, for you to see, because that guy, he now is like in such a better stage in his life, and his confidence has skyrocketed and he struggled with confidence. Okay. And so that's what's really, really important. So another thing I want to share with you is a client of mine. His name is Barry. And he's going to tell you a little bit about like how it is to really probably coach with me. And this is just him telling you the honest truth. Oh, Looks like we have a little issue with the video. Sorry, gentlemen, can't see that one. And so let me show you this one here. Hold on one second, gentlemen, because it won't, oh, that's why. It's because it's shorts. So let me do this one. Sorry, bear with me, guys.
The one-on-one interactions that you're going to have not only with the coaches, but with the group. This course is a way that I know will put you in the right direction. It's an investment. It's an investment in yourself, and you're going to have to take a risk, and you're going to have to trust the process. And that's easier said than done if you haven't watched any of the videos and you don't know Apollonia from anybody, to take a look at the true testimonials from graduates of this course, that it's not a fly-by-night program. It's structured. It starts from a basic building block, and every week you build on this, and you build the foundation before you even get into dates or conversation and online dating. You need to address these up front. Who's going to tell you the values, self-limiting beliefs, good habits, bad habits? You got to have somebody that's going to motivate you. And I will say that these two coaches will motivate you to live your best life and be your best self.
Amazing. And that's Lauren. Lauren was a recent divorcee, and he was actually married for 20 plus years. And so he was just getting back into the dating field, and he actually had so much anger in him. And when he came to us, he was just like, he just was just angry. And it was so beautiful to see, because you don't see that now, and that's what's so amazing to me, is that he had such a breakthrough in his coaching and just in general. So I'm going to skip over those videos, and I want to show you another one. This is Devlin. He actually graduated from this program 3 or 4 years ago. And he was actually what I called the active playboy. Like, Devlin could sleep with any woman he wanted to, but he just wasn't fulfilled. So after he worked with me, and he really wanted a meaningful, loving relationship, and finally found one. This is Sean. He was just a guy that really didn't get out of his comfort zone approach. He was shy. Now he graduated from this program, I think 1.5 years, 2 years ago. And this is his relationship now. I think it was only 1 year ago, actually. And that's him now. So these are all recent AOA graduates, which is the Algorithm of Attraction graduates. Also, too, I have some other ones here from clients that says, I have also went through Apollonia's AOA program, and it changed my life. Went through this during the final stages of my divorce, and it was exactly what I needed to move forward. The other men that went through it with me have really transformed their lives moving forward as well. Another gentleman who's actually in the course now, just wanted to thank the coaches. Last week was one of the best weeks I've had in 15 years. Everything they teach us really does work. I feel so empowered. Not only the weekend with the girls was great yesterday, because he talked to a lot of women. I had the courage to join a band. It was playing on stage. This is a guy that was so nice, and met even more women after that. And the same thing happened again. She added me on social, and she's messaging me, literally changing my life. The other one, this guy wrote to me. He was actually a graduate and in a healthy relationship, because he found himself in a lot of unhealthy relationships. The new lady in my life can't believe and says she's never had anyone talk, treat, and lead like me. I've left her speechless several times, and she's grateful, benefiting from this coaching. I took the Algorithm of Attraction course in early 2023 after getting out of a 24-year marriage. Dating seems so foreign to me. It certainly helped me to understand myself better. Gentlemen, let it speak for herself. I have so much more, but we're not here for this. I will help you with understanding women and human behaviors and social cues in dating that most men have no idea about, so you can get the woman that you want, even if it hasn't been easy for you. Okay, it's exactly, Ben. Just like you said, you deserve better, gentlemen. You deserve to have that feeling. So say yes in the comments. I want to introduce you to the Algorithm of Attraction live coaching program, gentlemen. This is my exclusive offer for you to work with me one-on-one. It is live coaching. It is a lifetime access to me. You have direct DM to me in coaching one-on-one with me basically almost every week. Say yes in the comments if you want to see this. All right. We've got a lot of flooded with yeses, so you guys do. All right, I'm going to show you part of this program. So week one, it's typically a 3-month program, because there's a weekly video that I roll out. And then on that week, we have coaching every week. So we have that, we have mock dates, we have a lot of stuff that I do. I have other women come in and critique your dating skills. We have a lot of flirting and bantering exercises, but I do all of this all in all in this program. So week 1 is awareness, building trust, and identifying habits of self-sabotage. I really go over your AMP routine, bad habits, so much of that. Week 2 is overcoming limiting beliefs and judgment detox. What are your limiting beliefs? How do you transform, your limiting beliefs, and identifying your mindset? Week 3 is values, boundaries, and communication. How to effectively communicate with women, your value statement, good values versus bad values. What are values? How to end people pleasing. Week 4 is approaching women, online dating revamps, conversation tactics. I revamp your whole online dating. I help you with approaching women. I help you with conversation starters, and you practice with coaches and other women in this program. Live with me, by the way. Week 5 is leader of men mentality, is understanding attraction, responding versus reacting, providing structure and direction, creating safety for a woman, sexual leadership, and the most important, masculine and feminine roles. And we go into this on a huge week, is understanding polarity, masculine and feminine energies, releasing shame and embracing the healthy masculine, what is polarity and what is healthy masculine and how to embrace it. Week 7 is flirting basics, keep the conversation going and showing intent. Week 8 is advanced flirting and escalation, which we do practice rounds on and showing intent. Week 9 is emotional connection, story building, which is very, very important because unfortunately, a lot of men are not good at story building and value statement. Week 10 is achieving emotional regulation. Week 11 is the female algorithm, the mind of a female, knowing your ideal woman. The 4 different types of women we talk about in here, what attraction means to a high quality woman, how to give her that emotional high, identifying red flags. You're no longer dating with blindfold on and dating basically with your magnifying glass on and being able to feel confident. And then week 12 is about relationship sustainability. I do a lot of fashion revamp, keeping your girl, healthy compromises, instant gratification versus long-term sustained satisfaction. This coaching program is to make sure you get lifetime results, gentlemen. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. Hear me out, gentlemen, right now. Now, I am a premium coach and I cannot work with everybody. So I am offering this program to the first 20 gentlemen that sign up for this program for a call only. There's only 20 calls that can be placed right now. So I want you to be able to click the link right now to book a call. The offer is up. I'm not asking for your money right now. All I'm asking for you to book a call. So you can book a call with one of my team members to go over a strategy and get a free strategy session to see if even you're a good fit for this program. Because in this program, you have lifetime access to me as a coach as long as I have this. It's a 3-month program. You also have text messaging, DM, direct DM. You just download an app on your phone and you can text me there, photos if you need anything. I am like there with you full time. And there's no way that you're not going to get results in your dating life. So if you're ready to take that leap, I encourage you to really book the call because we do weekly coaching calls in here. I do one-on-one calls too on here. And so I really would love for you guys to just see if you would be a good fit. The reason why I just don't accept anybody is because not only is it a first class program that I offer, but also too, we need to make sure that you are a guy that is really ready and determined to come in because this is a safe network of guys. Like I have other guys in here that they become friends forever. They travel together. I have guys that send me photos of them in Canada, for goodness sake. Some of the group of guys went to Spain. But the reason why is because the guys that we accept into this program is because of the fact that they are really ready, but also too, like they understand the privacy. They understand that, we're going to be able to support one another. And so you're going to also be able to grow a brotherhood in here. So not only that, there's even more in this program. You have monthly one-on-ones with me. You have lifetime access, community support with other men, practice mock dates with real women in here. So I bring in real women for you to practice mock date, 4 hours live coaching a week. A month that's supposed to be. DM access to your coach, me, and men in the programs. An exclusive opportunity for free matchmaking at the end of this program if you graduate and we think you're ready. Many times men have found the woman before I match them, so that's great too. But if not, I do some matchmaking services as well. This is the #1 best attraction coaching program with me, and I think anything out there right now. And this is something that you should take advantage of. So if you are ready, I want you to book a free call to see if you're a good fit. If you booked a call, I want you to comment booked in the chat box just so I can give you a shout out, because I really, 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 really admire you for stepping outside your comfort zone, really taking the ball by its horns, the bull by its horns, whatever it's called, and really doing this. And so if you have any questions, now is your time to shoot. I can answer some of your questions. So I want you to apply now, because if you want to become the part of the first 20 VIP clients on the call, then I would highly encourage you to book this call. Amazing. Estonte booked, NA booked, amazing. And the gentleman that said that he's ready and he's admirable, and you got gentleman that's, I feel admirable, I think it was Mike. I hope that you booked a call, Mike, because I know if you're here, you want success in different areas of your life. This is the time for you to really focus on you and really focus on if you are going to invest in yourself to get the results that you want, because I can guarantee you, I will take you there. Gentlemen, I guarantee every man that he will have success when he signs up for this coaching program. Okay. That's why I only do phone calls only, because of the fact that if I don't do this, I am also need to make sure I can coach the men that are with me. And also too, I guarantee my results, but I need to make sure that you are ready and you are going to put in the work, because I can't guarantee results that you're not going to put in work for, right? Michael says he's booked. Shout out to Michael. Can't wait. Raheem, I can't wait. I hope you see you there. Dale booked. I hope to see you there. Jeff booked as well. I hope to see you in the program as well. Gentlemen, this is going to be a time for you to just talk to my team. They're pretty amazing and they really care for what they do. Like, I just had one of the guys send me over a client we approved, and he talked to them and he's like, Apollonia, just take care of my boy. Like, he was on the phone with him for an hour. He's like, I like this guy. I like this dude. Just take care of him. Get him what he needs. And I'm like, I promise you I will. As long as he shows up, I will. So gentlemen, like the gentlemen that you're going to talk to on the phone, they're just pretty freaking amazing. They know what they're doing. And so I want you to be able to have this experience and see if we choose you to be a part of this program. And I hope we really do, especially for those of you that are really wanting to be with me and coach with me. Gentlemen, I would highly encourage you to always remember this. I guarantee you the results that you want. Okay? I guarantee you the results you want, and I want to be able to work with you. This is what lights me up. I want you to have that wedding. I want to have that wedding invite from you. I want to get that text message from you, everything. And I will get it. I always do. Majority of the men, I have a 95% success rate. And the reason why I say 95 is because I'm not perfect, number one, so it can't be 100%. But also there's a little, this is why we have the calls, there's a little 5%. Sometimes things happen in life that people can't devote their time to the program anymore and they fizzle out. But the ones that don't and actually commit, you guys are good. You guys are going to be good. You guys are going to be well taken care of, and you are going to get the results that you want, gentlemen. So W says, how does the guarantee work and what is the guarantee? The guarantee is that you're going to get results in your dating life. So that's what you're going to get on the call for. What is your goal then? So W, what is your goal? And it can't be like, I want to sleep with 50 women, because I'm not your coach for that. And I'm not going to give you, that type of results just to coach on that. But I mean, there's many men that get into the program and actually benefit from it in that way, but let's not talk about that. But it just depends on what your goal is. How does your work guarantee your work? I guarantee my work because the guys have success in their dating lives and aren't stuck like they were before. What times are these calls and sessions? Perfect. Great question. Thanks for the questions coming in now, guys. David, it should let you book. My team will message you privately if you're having trouble. The coaching sessions are actually, we alternate every week. So we'll have like an evening call on my time, and then we have a day call, like morning, midday call. So depending on your time zone, you'll still have the availability to join any of those calls. You see what I mean? So I'm basically make all the calls and sessions available to you. So we can go over that with you more on the call. And also one-on-one calls are actually at your leisure. So I do one-on-one coaching with you once a month. And so you'll get a link every month for you to book a one-on-one with me. And it's just basically is on the time that you're available. It just gives you a link and it'll open up my calendar. And I have I actually don't coach anybody that day, and it's only for my private AOA clients, and my calendar is open for you guys. So yeah, it's pretty good. James says can't fill out the form. So I'll have my team, James, team, if you can message David and James, sometimes because we have such an influx in calls coming in, there can be a little bit of an error probably that's going on right now. So if you guys are getting an error, please tell me in the comments, and my team will personally reach out to you to make sure we get you booked. Okay. Now let's see. Do you have other times for booking? I had to pick Friday 19th at 11 a.m. Yeah, it should have other times. You just probably have to go into a little bit later of a time. Gentlemen, I'm sorry, but they're just getting filled really fast when I do this too. That's why I said, like, if the offer comes, do it now, get your call now. Just please, gentlemen, all I'm asking you to do, if you've booked a call, please don't waste my team's time. Like, I've already been with you guys and given you so much for over an hour. I just really, really, really want you guys to invest in yourself. So if you booked a call, don't waste our time. Really show up on the call. Let us help you out, okay? Thanks for sharing about the program. For timing, if I don't feel like I'm ready, health, fitness, work, relationship, is it still okay to date or should? No, this help, W, I love that you were so open and honest. Thank you. This program is going to help you be in a better spot in your life. It's funny because, did you see that testimonial? His name was Dan. Dan actually was not in a good position when he invested in this program. Like, his dad was sick. He was living with his dad. He was like, no one's going to love me. I'm more unlike me. I like living with my dad, blah, blah, blah. Like, his life changed, not only because of me and the support he got in the program, but just the support he got from other men. Yeah. And so I'm going to help you peel that out, W. Can you look for the quality of someone that you don't quite have yet or are working on? 1000%. This is what I do for a living. Trust me. Trust yourself. You're here for a reason. Now trust me, okay? Let's see. And also to the testimonials, gentlemen, speak for themselves. Like, if you want, I wouldn't say waste your time. Book the call now, but investigate other coaches that you know about and see if they have these testimonials. Like, you go on my YouTube, under my video, it says client testimonials. There's a dedicated page of all testimonials. I think we updated it. Like, we're working on updating them because my team is so behind on testimonials, gentlemen. So, like, let that speak for itself. Like, this is the biggest advocate. You let that speak it up for yourself. There's no open slots for July. Okay, hold on. Let me just make sure something. Give me 1 second, guys. And if you have a question, please go ahead and I'm trying to book it up. Awesome. Hi, Steven. It's amazing to see you here. 1 second. All right. So, he says no, there's no open slots for July. Let me double check because that shouldn't be the case. Let me see. We should have some. And then let me go to a question here. Could you please touch on hypergamy? Do men and women seek this differently, and how so? Thank you so much. Of course, Ben. I mean, I think there's different women that do, and I think that there is different women that, men, I think it depends on the person and their belief systems, to be honest. And I think it's really important just to, like, I think that it's really important for you to, know, what are your values? What are your standards? Before actually, like, getting into a relationship with a woman, because it's not that a woman, not all women, I would say, but many women are out there that just want a man that's successful, but it's an unfulfilling relationship and they become unfulfilled and that's it, right? But then a lot of women admire men that are successful but really want something better, or a man that has purpose or has a plan, and his success can be $80,000 a year. His success can be $120,000 a year. I don't know, whatever his success is, it all comes down to, like, how do you carry that, right? I think that's the most important thing. Do we need to call the number and or email to book the call? Nope. You just click the link here, and you can book your free call there, okay? And David, it's okay. My team will reach out to you and they'll find another way to talk to you. I'm trying to book a call with you, but there are no slots. Okay. So I just messaged the team. Let me just double check something. Sorry, guys. I'm going to check it on my end. And I just saw another question come through. Bear with me. I just want to make sure. Okay, so it looks like the slots for July are booked. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay, so gentlemen, I'm going to get another link here. 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to have you guys, team at Apollonia, copy and paste this email here. And I think that the calls that we just booked now are probably full for July because a lot of guys booked calls. So for those of you that are still wanting to book a call, you're going to see right here that I just put the email. My team is going to, I'm going to highlight it right now. My team is going to be on their emails tonight, and we're going to get the problem resolved. Because if you email me, team@apolloniaponte.com, email me your name and your phone number, and we'll try to work on getting you into a book call. Email me name, phone number, and we will text you the link once we can get some more slots opening. We'll have to work with my team. So looks like the slots were full for July. I'm so sorry, gentlemen, about that. I'm super, super sorry. But doesn't mean we're not going to get on a call. Just email me now at team@apolloniaponte.com. Email me your name and your phone number. Then we will text you the link to schedule your session for July. Okay. So Michael, so it's on your time zone. So whatever you booked, gentlemen, is on your time zone. It's so whatever is on your screen is your time zone. Whatever's on my screen is my time zone. Okay. So don't worry about the times. The times are always going to be the time that you choose your time zone. Okay. Stephen, yeah, you can email me. Don't worry. All right, gentlemen. So this is working for you, okay? If you have questions, I want you to be able to book a call, but as of right now, you're going to be able to just email me. So go ahead and email me. I hope to get you guys all in there. Thank you so much. And don't forget to don't repeat the same cycles. I am here to help you. I am going to help you. Much love to all of you. Get your calls booked. And for those of you that couldn't book a call, please email me here at team@apolloniaponte.com. My team is going to be on it, and we're going to open up the more slots for July calls so we can get you into July. We'll text you. So please put your phone number. We'll text you the link to rebook for those of you that couldn't book now. Much love to all of you, and talk to you soon.